My name is Naina. I come from Nairobi, Kenya. I had issues with my knee, and I think from Kenya, first choice has always been India. I think I was a very active person, sports person, always on the go, always ready to try everything, and I realized that I was damaging my knee quite badly. And I wanted to climb Machu Picchu before doing the knee surgery. So managed to do that and realized now I've come to the dead end of the knee that I need to sort it out. And from Kenya, it's always been first choice India. And so we decided to come into Bombay to get the surgery done. I really don't know what went wrong when I went to Bombay, because I'd done a robotic surgery. It failed. I could never bend my knee. I was in agony all the time. And I went 3 times back to the same place, but nothing was done. And they said it will work, but in 9-10 months it never worked, never straightened. I just was in agony. I came into a frame and crutch, and I don't want to live that kind of a life. I went back to Kenya, and then I came back. Then they did manipulation in Kenya because he talked to the doctors here. But even the manipulation didn't work. Then I came back in September, October. And when the doctor said, no, it will work, I said, 10 months, I've seen everybody in 5-6 weeks walking, going back to normal life, and here I'm struggling my life with this. So I realized the doctor's not going to do anything more with me. So I looked at, surveyed, and decided to go to Thailand. But apparently even the doctor there did it, but did not come out right. He said the parts were too big, so he put little smaller parts, made it little better, but not to the level that I wanted to live in my standard. Not to the level that I could go back into climbing and go to Machu Picchu and do the things I loved in life. It was so funny. It's like God sent person to me. There's a person called Kantibai in Nairobi. And when I came back after struggling another 9 months, he said to me, Shalby guys are here. So I looked at him, I said, okay. He said, I want to take you there. And I said, I really didn't trust anybody at that point in life. And he says, no. And I play bridge with him. So he says, I'm waiting for you. And I said, let's go home for lunch. And then he said, no, we're not going home for lunch. We're going to see the doctors. And that's how I ended up going to the doctors. And they just asked me for an X-ray. So I said, okay, I went back to the hospital and I called my husband. I said, this is what has happened. He says, why are you defying when somebody's come to your doorstep? He said, go with it, see what happens. And then he also came with me to Shalby, Nairobi. And we saw judges by, and I felt comfortable. And I said, okay, let's see, let me plan things. So in October, I came to Ahmedabad to a rehab center, and that didn't work as well. So then at the time when I was free, I went to see Dr. Vikram Shah at Shalby, and I felt comfortable. For me, I think it was literally by God sent. He's a man of few words, but a lot of action in what he does. That's what I can say about him. I would trust my second knee with him anytime. You know, once you get beaten with top doctors, you don't even want to bother to look at records and things. But one smart thing happened, GPT. I put his name down in GPT and I read his profile and everything. And I said, if anyone can sort me out, this guy has to sort me out, otherwise I have to give up after this. And that's the biggest trust I got when I read his whole profile in GPT. In the GPT, it said his world record of 180,000 operations. Hardly anything failed. And he was actually better at operation than the first operation even. His specialty is more on that. I think for the first surgery, it's a joke for him. Like through the surgery, I had traumas, I had a lot of bleeding and didn't know what was happening with me at that time, because in the other 2 surgeries, I never had any bleeding. But like he gave me so much confidence. He said, we'll sort it out. And he even asked me, so what do you want in life? I said, I want both my feet on the ground. And that's exactly what he's given me today. I can actually walk with both feet on the ground. I don't know about Machu Picchu, but I'm sure there'll be other events that I will get on going with. I think have blind faith in Dr. Vikram, because he definitely has something which other doctors don't have. That's my experience, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to keep on this world record of his. It's a very difficult thing to break. In fact, I've got 2 of my friends this month coming in for our surgery who are all planning to go elsewhere. And I said, listen, just trust me. And I'm glad they're trusting me and they're coming over.